Yesterday, I tried my luck with this movie from 2005 called The Ice Harvest. That it was listed as a dark comedy also made me somewhat intrigued. Sadly, it is not a good movie in the genre, and it should have been a lot funnier. The main problem for the most part are the characters, because I think that apart from Oliver Platt, who does a respectable performance as a drunk guy, I don't think the director Harold Ramis has done a good job in writing the lines of the other characters, because the quite hilarious drunk character that suddenly shows up at a Christmas party called Pete is a quite funny one, but that can't be said about the other characters that seem a little flat and boring. Both John Cusack and Billy Bob Thornton, I think they try to the best of their abilities, but I feel that compared to many other movies I've seen with them, their characters in this one are just not that entertaining. Dark comedies are supposed to give you a good time, but I was only really entertained during the drunk scenes with Pete and towards the ending, when that guy Roy Jealous showed up. He was a really hardcore mafia guy that I think should have had a lot more screen time in the story, because you noticed immediately when he was on the screen that he took the room and outside all the other characters, and I think it was a real weakness that he wasn't more in the movie. I also think that we should actually have seen John Cusack steal the money, because during the beginning you never see him stealing the money. They are just magically there in the car after he has stolen the money in the beginning. For a dark comedy to work, you need to strike the right balance to get an entertaining story. And that's not exactly what they are doing here. You need a lot more entertaining characters, and also, of course, use those that you have available. And I also think that if that Roy Jealous had been there more, it could have been a lot more entertaining, because he really gave a fiery performance the other characters in this movie couldn't match. That being said, Harold Ramis could have written a lot better characters, for instance in movies like Lock, Stock and Two Smoking Barrels, and A Gentleman, which is some movies that looks a little like this one. The characters are a lot better. Of course, in this movie, the characters might not be that important, but the story itself, it is also quite thin. So at least they could have made John Cusack play a better character than just some cheap drunk mobster lawyer, and Billy Bob Thornton, they could have given him a lot more character. I think it actually could have been better if they changed roles and Billy Bob Thornton was the more insecure guy, because I think it would actually have suited the movie more if John Cusack was the more violent one. That being said, I really didn't enjoy the movie, guys, and I will give it a 3 out of 10.